We live in a world of comfort, clean water, warm beds, and food that comes with a single tap. But out here there are no taps, no comfort, just the slow, constant sound of the wind carving through the taiga. If you ever lose everything, warmth, food, direction, what would you do to survive? Join us as we step deeper into a place where nature doesn't forgive mistakes, and neither does time. And don't forget to subscribe and share this mission, because sometimes one watch, one share can change the way we see ourselves. The crackling sound was the sweetest thing I'd ever heard. My voice trembled slightly as the first sparks caught. After 2 days of relentless cold, the fire finally came to life, a fragile, flickering creature in the middle of endless snow. Beside me, Diana exhaled, a shaky, exhausted laugh slipping through her cracked lips. The smoke rose into the dim, colorless sky, curling upward, as if the forest itself had decided to breathe with us again. That's when I realized fire isn't just heat, it's hope that glows. It's the line between sanity and surrender. But in survival, every victory comes with a cost. We just didn't know ours was waiting, just beyond the tree line. The fire was hungry, and hunger out here is eternal. It doesn't rest. It doesn't pity you. By mid-afternoon, our small pile of firewood was already shrinking. Diana frowned, watching the flames lick the air greedily. "We need more," she said. "The wind's picking up again." Her voice was steady, too steady, the kind of calm people force when they're hiding fear. I told her I'd go, but she shook her head. "You've done enough, I can handle this." She grabbed the hatchet, adjusted her gloves, and limped toward the tree line. For a moment, I watched her silhouette shrink between the birches, a small figure against a vast white nothingness. Then I turned back to the fire, feeding it a final branch. The warmth brushed my hands, but unease sat heavy in my chest. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then a sound, a cry, short, sharp, cut off. I ran. I found her half buried in the snow, face pale, leg twisted unnaturally beneath her. She tried to smile when she saw me, but her teeth were chattering too violently. I slipped," she gasped, pointing at a pile of half-frozen logs beside her. "Thought I could get a big one." Her ankle was already swelling, a deep, angry purple pushing against the fabric of her boot. I knew the look. It wasn't just pain, it was panic. In the wilderness, injuries aren't inconveniences, they're sentences. A twisted ankle means no mobility, no speed, no escape if predators come. And the cold? It always comes. A sprained ankle in an environment like this is a critical threat. It can reduce mobility by up to 80%. The swelling doesn't just cause pain, it restricts blood flow, massively increasing the risk of frostbite, tissue damage, and infection. If you can't move, you can't gather resources, and you can't escape danger. A simple slip becomes a fight for your life. I tore off a strip of my thermal shirt and pressed it against her skin. "Don't move," I told her. She laughed weakly. "I wasn't planning to." The irony hurt. We had beaten hunger, beaten the wind. And now, a single wrong step could undo everything. When I splinted her ankle with 2 birch branches, she bit down on her glove to keep from screaming. The sound that escaped still made my stomach twist. As the sun began to sink, we limped back toward camp. Her arm slung around my shoulder, every step echoing the truth neither of us wanted to say aloud. Out here, mercy is just another word for time running out. The firelight painted her face in amber, her eyes distant but alive. She was silent for a long while, watching the embers pulse like a heartbeat. I thought I was helping," she said finally. "You were," I replied. "You still are." She shook her head. "Now I'm the reason we'll move slower, the reason we'll freeze." I wanted to argue, but there was no point. She was right, at least partly. In survival, one injury changes everything, every route, every decision. I poked the fire gently, watching sparks leap into the dark. "It's not about being strong," I said. "It's about staying alive long enough to learn." She smiled faintly, tears glinting in the orange glow. Interestingly, science backs up the comfort we feel from fire. Studies show that watching a fire can lower cortisol levels and heart rate. It triggers a primal sense of safety, hardwired into our DNA from humanity's earliest days. It's not just in our heads. The glow literally calms us down. The forest outside was silent, too silent. But for the first time, that silence didn't feel like an enemy. Because as long as the fire burned, so did we. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every creak of the ice, every whisper of the wind made my pulse jump. I looked at Diana curled beneath the blanket, her ankle bound, breathing slow. We had food for 3 days, wood for maybe 2, but something deeper had changed, something that no camera could capture. When you're surrounded by endless cold, you realize the most fragile thing isn't your body. It's your will. It's the voice that says, "Get up." It's the choice to stay human when the forest wants you to fade. In conditions of -10 degrees Celsius, getting wet is a silent killer. Damp clothing can drop your core body temperature by 2 degrees every 10 minutes. Hypothermia doesn't announce itself with violent shivering. It begins quietly with confusion and exhaustion, followed by unconsciousness. It's a slow fade into a sleep you don't wake up from. Our situation was precarious. One wrong move, one moment of carelessness, and it would all be over. I stared into the flames, the light reflecting in my eyes like fragments of a dying star. In that glow, I saw everything, our mistakes, our pain, and the truth of survival. Out here, every scar is a story, every step is a promise, and every fire is borrowed time. The ultimate lesson we learned wasn't about building shelters or finding food. It was that your mind is your strongest muscle, and compassion, not strength, is what truly keeps people alive. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and follow our journey. We'll see you in the next one.